Chairwoman Homendy is going to play a short video simulation that the NTSB produced that includes the transcript of the cockpit voice recordings along with air traffic control transmission.
Flight Jet 1, Roger for exchange for good night.
At 48 seconds, they didn't look down. The problem is that they would have received an oral alert from their iPad had that been connected into their headsets. They couldn't hear it. It doesn't come across their headset.
In just a moment, Chairwoman Homendy is going to play a short video simulation that the NTSB produced that includes the transcript of the cockpit voice recordings along with air traffic control transmission. And I will say right before this hearing began, the chairwoman played for the members of this committee in the back conference room the video along with the audio of the cockpit voice transmissions. Under federal law, we're not allowed to play the actual voice transmissions publicly. But I will tell you, watching and listening, and for any members that did not see that, I'm certain the chairwoman would be happy to give you the opportunity to see it and listen to it. It is positively horrifying. And watching it and listening to the voices of the pilots makes you sick to your stomach. After watching it, it is indisputable that ADSB in and out could have prevented and likely would have prevented this accident. And we have an obligation to prevent the next accident. I do want to give a moment if any of the family members wish to step out and not watch the video. We'd certainly understand that. And so I want to give you an opportunity if you would prefer not to watch it. And Madam Chair, you can play the video now.
This animation presents a simulated view from the right seat of the helicopter. A dark gray structural mask generated from a three-dimensional laser scan of an exemplar aircraft is overlaid on the scene. A light gray mask depicts the mounting structure of the night vision goggles positioned for the instructor pilot looking straight ahead. The green tint mimics a green phosphor visual effect, but the actual behavior of the night vision goggles has not been simulated. Crew communications transcribed from the cockpit voice recorder are shown as text at lower left. Audio recordings of air traffic control communications on the helicopter frequency are synchronized with the animation, with corresponding transcript text displayed in the center. Radio interference blocked some transmissions from the local controller and other helicopters. Transmissions that were blocked are indicated by striking through words in the transcript. A moving map depicting the locations of PAT 25 and Flight 5342 and synchronized with the view from the cockpit will be shown at lower right.
Jet 789, 1 star 320-15, Gust 25, traffic 2 out, no delay, runway 1, clip takeoff.
Flight Check 1, landing is 1, connect.
Flight Jet 1, Roger for exchange for good night.
Pat 25, Memorial.
Pat 25, Roger. American 3130 Washington Tower, 1 star 310-14, Gust 25, runway 1, clear to land. Traffic may depart prior to arrival. Jet 789, concept on Barge, good day. American 3130, slow the funnel. Pat 25, traffic just south of Wilson Bridge to CRJ at 1,200 feet, start from runway 33.
Destination separation.
Bishop Pressure Roof. American 1630 Tower, runway 1 lot void. Traffic through outside from runway 33. This traffic on 6 mile funnel.
Tower Muscle 7, approaching Springfield, request route 3 to zone 6.
Most 7 standby. Wish you 5307. Keep rolling out to November, ground 47. Good day.
National Tower, good evening. Air Care 1's with you. Single medevac.
American 1630 Windstar 32014, gust 25. Traffic 2 mile left base, runway 33. No delay. Runway 1 clear for immediate takeoff. Muscle 7 request.
And Muscle 7 request route 3 to zone 6.
Most of you said route 3 to zone 6.
Hey, sir,
Most 7 approved.
So I think it stopped here because it says 47 seconds, but at 48 seconds, the helicopter crew they did have ADSB in on an iPad that was strapped to their thigh, but they also had NVGs on, and it was a high, night vision goggles on, and it was a high workload environment. And so they didn't look down, you don't look down constantly in this airspace with NVGs on it would be very difficult. The problem is that they would have received an oral alert from their iPad at 48 seconds had that been connected into their headsets, but their headsets aren't able to receive those oral alerts. And so an oral alert had that been connected and integrated into their headset, which was one of our recommendations to do that so that they can get those alerts. It would have been they would have been at 280 feet. The aircraft would have been at 640 feet. They would have been miles apart and could have taken evasive action because at this point they're at Haynes Point and plenty of time to take action. But that was the first time they would have received an alert, but didn't because they couldn't hear it. Doesn't come across their headset.
National Tower, good evening. Air Care 1's with you. Single medevac helicopter 1,000 feet, 29901 on the altimeter. Requesting zone 6 for Fairfax.
Medevac Air Care 1 Washington Tower, National altimeter 29990. Approved to Washington class, Robert Space for landing Sheridan Fairfax.
29990 for Air Care 1, copy.
Pad 25, do you have CRJ in sight? Pad 25, pass behind the CRJ.
Pad 5 has a aircraft in sight, precision separation.
This separation. American 472 Washington Tower, Windstar 32017.